Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Bob the Bookerer, and today, well, it's the day after we've just been told the winner of the International Booker Prize 2023. It's just been announced, and yes, we have our winner in Time Shelter by Georgi Gospodinov and translated by Angela Rodell. And I am very excited for this. I mean, in fairness, I think of the six in the shortlist, there were three that I especially really loved, and Time Shelter was one of them, so I'm delighted. So in some ways, I suppose hedged my bets by having so many books I liked in that. But I think this is a really interesting win for several reasons. I think it's a very well-deserved win in terms of the book itself. I think, sort of like I was saying in my my solo review of the book, I think it's a book that stands up really well to multiple readings, or I assume. I've only read it once myself, but it's such a dense book and such a layered book in terms of some of the things it delivers on. And I say dense there not as a sort of a slight that it's a really heavy and intense book, although it has elements of that as well. But it's, I think, dense in the sense that there are so many ideas and concepts being played with within the book that I think can really lead to some fruitful discussions. So I can imagine that the judges would have had a really great time kind of being able to sort of discuss what this book is actually doing and achieving. I think it's really clever in so many ways. I think it has a lot to say about sort of nationhood and memory and all of these sorts of things. And so basically, yeah, I'm just delighted that it won. Stillborn would have possibly been my sort of heart favourite, you know, that my sort of my personal, like the kind of one I was rooting for on that front. But I think Time Shelter is a very, very worthy winner. I think it's an excellent book. It's one of those ones where I enjoyed it as I was reading it. And then, as I mentioned in the solo review of it, as I went to go and talk about the book, suddenly realised all these other things that it was doing and really appreciated it even more. So I think also a book that I can imagine would be really fruitful for book club discussions or for just discussing with other people. So yeah, well done to Georgi Gospodinov and to Angela Rodell. The first time we've had a book in Bulgarian, originally written in Bulgarian, being on the International Booker long list, I believe, and now it's won. So that's really, really great news for them, and I really do urge you, if you haven't read it yet, to give it a shot. I don't think it's everybody's cup of tea. It's quite there's quite a lot to wrestle with in the book sometimes, and there were bits where I felt a little bit overwhelmed by it, but I think it's ultimately just such a clever and thoughtful book. And please do go and check out my individual review on it if you want. I'd love to hear from you just on sort of how you're feeling about that winner. I know that, yeah, Boulder and Stillborn would have been, like, but those two, I think, as well, if they'd won, I'd have been delighted. But I think Time Shelter still feels like it's a very strong one. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Take care and speak to you all soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Bye-bye.